Okay, if you have a Yanmar and you got a tag thumb, or probably any other thumb, when you grease these grease zerks, grease comes right out of here. I never feel like it makes it into the stick up here on the excavator. The pin should be hardened, so you can't drill it. I don't know if it's a positive through hole all the way through, or if they just do the grease zerk here or what. I don't care. What I'm gonna do is, hopefully you can see it, there's literally a pocket right here in this little protector, and you could put a grease zerk like right there. I don't even know why they don't have a grease zerk. And then if you need to grease it, what I do is I lay my stick all the way out, my thumb all the way out, because I'm short, and then I lay my bucket down all the way out, and then I set the teeth on the ground. Hang on, I'm gonna have to turn the fan on, it's hot. So what I did is, let's see what all you're seeing. So that's what I did. I don't recommend that you put a strap through your cylinder, but that's what I did. I don't know if it's gonna cause any problems. I don't know, but I put a strap up there. It runs down to my coupler, so I'm hoping that I can take this bolt off, take this pin out, and these dog bones will flip down, and then I can flip this down. I would think that I could swing this out and maybe hold this up and get it all back together. Again, I'm by myself. We're gonna see. Boy, there we go. I just picked up on that coupler, come right apart. So that's the one that came there. This one's out of there. Where's the other one? And then this one's from the outside. So that way, and they are different thicknesses. I don't know why this side's all thin and that side's all thick. It's kind of weird, but we'll put them back in the way they came out. Barely off center, but I mean, we're gonna go with it. Show you guys here. Show you guys what I got. Just put a little center punch in there. All right, here we go. Tear it up. Tear it up. I'm gonna do a smaller hole first, if I can get in here. Just shoved it in the thing. If I can, just take the straps right in the way. Actually, put a little pin. You guys can't see what I'm doing here off camera, but I pulled the pin. Now I can spin that dog bone out. There we go. Alright guys, well here's what we're doing today. What do we got? What I'm gonna do, well I'm gonna do it again. So I'm gonna tell you what I did. I think I did a oops. So up in here, you can see I put a grease zerk. I kind of wanted it up there. I mean, I'll let the machine down and I'll show you. I kind of wanted it to, you know, I thought I wanted it up in the front. Never thought about putting it down here because really it's kind of, in the danger zone, if you will. But basically it's right here on the other side. Well, what I think I did is I drilled into it, and I think I'm filling my damn stick up with grease. It's not getting into here. I want to get it into here, because if you have a Yanmar or a lot of excavators, when I grease this thumb, all I'm doing is greasing this. I don't really feel like I'm getting enough grease in here. It never comes out of here. It always comes out of the path of least resistance. Well, this side's got the bolt, so this grease zerk only comes into here. The pin, it's only drilled to here. And then this side here is drilled all the way in, and it's got a hole in here. So the blue tape kind of symbolizes where I think I want to put this next zerk. And I think I'm going to take the grease zerk up there out and weld the hole back up, because I don't want to continue pumping grease up through that one into the stick. And I really think that's what's happening. I think it's probably getting grease in here, but then it's filling the stick up. Sorry, I got something in my throat. Let's get a drink. So that being said, I've got to weld that up in there, and I'm going to redo what I did yesterday. So I put the tape on there, and now I'm going to articulate this a couple different ways. I want to see if the hoses from my coupler or the coupler or anything hits this tape, because if so, it's going to hit my grease zerk. Here, so this hole right here, I mean, that's almost a straight shot to my tape. That would have been nice to know yesterday. And see, you can see my grease zerk. I wanted to put it in here. I figured it'd look nice in factory. It'd be protected, you know, inside this pocket, because it's below this here. But what I did is, the grease zerk is about right here, and I think that I'm greasing in between this protrusion here, and obviously it's not fused where I drilled my zerk in. All right, here's my tentative plan. I pulled the coupler back apart. I just pulled the dog bone and the, you know, whatever you want to call these. Somebody will get on here, probably Speedbinder Jeremy. He'll tell me what this is. He knows who he is. See this cavity? That's why you don't want to drill your grease zerk here. When I was greasing it, I didn't think that I was getting a vast majority of grease in there. Well, it's going to take the path of least resistance, and that's what that is. The zerk was way out here, so the thread stopped short of this, so it was just putting grease into there. Luckily, I didn't do that much, because I figured, I thought something was going on. But I've got all this cleaned up. The place to put your grease zerk, I would probably put it about right there, about where I had that tape. You could pull this down, probably run your drill, you know, wherever you can get to, and you know, you have to pull your thumb pin, but you could literally drill it right there, and I think that'd be a perfect spot for it. All right, well, hopefully I'm set up pretty good here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to weld that cavity up in there. We're gonna come like this and probably go around this hole to make sure we don't have any deviations in anything, because it looks like there might be the edge of it there, but we're through the weld. So I'm just gonna pocket this. We'll weld this up in there. I did clean it with brake clean, kind of blew it out, tried to get everything up and out of there. We'll see what happens. I'm hoping I don't get a lot of grease coming down and getting into the weld. The only thing we can do is see what happens. So if we can save the hole, fine. If not, I'm gonna plug weld it up and it'll be good. We'll put a hole down here and we'll be off to the races. Let's do it. let's see. We have, and I know this one's cheating, 341, 342. I mean, now it's 341. I'd say that's the bit. So we'll go ahead and use the step bit so it doesn't spin in our drill. Guys, I seriously just need to get a mount, I guess, for the camera. This camera sits on everything I need. Here. Don't need the drill. You definitely ain't doing that with the drill. No, sir. We've got our little thing I showed you yesterday, the little adjustable collet deal for a tap. And we ought to have the ratchet. And then our tappet stuff. You guys still watching? Sure you are. Rule of thumb is, if you can drill it, you can tap it. You usually want to go about 2/3. I'm a little shy. I'd rather not go too I'd rather not go too far. I'd rather go not far enough. You can put grease on your tap as well. It'll kind of help pull some of the material out. That there. But I very well may pull this apart again. That's not it. There you go. What do they say? 3rd time's the charm. Okay. We have to get our. So we've got a socket here. detent ball back in there. Put the spring back in there to hold the detent ball. Moment of truth. You guys were looking at it, right? Yep. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me right now? I'll put some grease in the grease gun. And no, I won't. We'll get the air greaser. And then we'll put grease in the grease gun. I like my air greaser better anyways. It's fast. Let's try it. Yahtzee! Well, that was nice. All right. We just got grease to come out. 3 squirts. Is all she needed. Came out over here. So now let's recap. If you guys are going to do this, where are you going to do this at? Are you going to do it here? No, you're going to do it here. Put that grease zerk right here. I had a piece of tape there and it clears everything. It clears the coupler cylinder, it clears everything. But if you're by yourself like me or a couple other guys I'll watch work on stuff, find a way. There's always a way. But you'll have to take this pin and slide it out to about right here. Reason being, there's 2 bushings in here. They're about that wide. There's a space about this big in between it. You need to put your pin or your grease zerk right in the middle of that. But if you put it right here, and since we have our grease zerks out here, I'll show you what I was going to do until I decided to do this. That's a 90-degree grease zerk, and you put it about like that, and it should clear everything passing through there. Well, then when you lay your stick and your bucket out to grease it, that's how I do it. You could get to that on the bottom side. That 90 degree would be pointing right down to you. So, but I already had a hole because I did a oops, and I try to show you my oops because now you don't drill a hole here and think, you know what? I didn't think about it. I should have thought about it. Didn't. Well, we fixed it. So I'm going to use a little touch-up paint that doesn't match. Speedbinder Jeremy, he's supposed to be sending me the right paint that matches. Jeremy, call me for a credit card number. I'll get you a credit card number. But I'm going to use the wrong style, the wrong colored paint now to fix this up because Jeremy hasn't got me my other paint. So anyways, and if you're not Jeremy, you won't know what I'm talking about. Jeremy, you know what I'm talking about. Call and get my credit card number. Anyways, there we go. There's our fix because I did a oops. You're not going to do a oops because of my video. Now you're going to put your grease zerk down here, and you could put a straight. You might have to use one of them little adapter things. I don't know if I'd use a 45, but it looked like you had plenty of room for a 90. So I'm sorry I messed up on camera. You got stuff all over the lens. Or well, I have stuff all over the lens. Sorry we did a screw up on camera. It is what it is. I don't want you guys to make the same mistake. So we showed you the fix or the proper place to put it. I just fixed mine because that's kind of what we were. Anyways, if you like the videos that I put out, please like and subscribe. Hit the notification button. You'll know when I put up a new video, maybe something like this. It might help you with your excavator. I work on all my equipment. I service all my equipment. I work on our play toys. We got play toys. I've got a Warrior over here that, I don't know, it's messed up. I got a set of rings for it the other day. I'm still waiting on all the other parts. I've got it this far. We need rockers in the head and stuff. So I've got a video coming up for it, but I was going to kind of wait until I got parts and got a little more work done to it. Please like and subscribe, and if you have not checked out our Yanmar page on Facebook, we have a Yanmar page as well for stuff like this. I post a lot of these videos in there as well. If somebody doesn't follow my YouTube channel, maybe they'll find it useful in the Yanmar page. The Yanmar page on Facebook is Yanmar Excavator Owners, and they there's a lot of techs in there. There's a lot of dealers in there. There's a lot of guys with machines all around. You know, there's a lot of guys with some SV40s that have some really awesome setups. There's a guy that's doing, I don't know if he's got his tilt rotator yet, but I know he's got like a tilt bucket and a counterweight, and it's a really good resource, guys. So if you have questions or anything, feel free, jump on there, join. We try to approve everybody as long as it doesn't look like you're sketchy. If you start trying to sell a bunch of stuff and everything else, because it's supposed to be a resource, it's not supposed to be somewhere you can sell all your stuff. Anyways, check that out, and you guys have a great day. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it.